Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for stopping back into Two-Handed Board Gaming. My name is David, and today I bring forth the game Terrain from Battle Systems. Well, this is the terrain that actually came with Maladum Dungeons of Enveron, and there is quite a bit. I have actually just started putting it together today. This is sort of what I've gotten to, and I figured, you know, after I put a few pieces together, it might be good to sort of get some content shot to see and show what you can get when you start putting these great little nifty pieces together. And there's quite a few nifty little pieces, as you can see in front of you. I have only gotten, I think I've gotten to 3 sheets of terrain. I have, let's see, 1, and I don't necessarily count these sections. These are the walls. A lot of that's going to only be put together with the clips. So yeah, most everything else I have is left on this 1 sheet. I think it's just 1 sheet left. And then whatever I've already punched out here. So yeah, I'll tell you what, I like it. So far, there's a lot of really cool pieces. For example, this is a little chest here. This is, as you can see, opens up. And then you can tuck a little token in here, little treasure, little item, potion, whatever it is that you fancy. Well, whatever the quest calls for as well. So far so good. I really like the sort of the diversity and a variety of pieces that you get. I've never, for the most part, put together terrain quite like this. Even though, I mean, I've seen quite a bit of this. But yeah, this is sort of my first go with it. And I think a few things that I could probably pass along, as we'll look at here. Just, you know, you have to sort of take your time. I know when you're sort of punching the tokens, I'm sorry, the pieces out, you can sometimes get these little, and let me show you a little bit of a close-up. You'll get a little hanging edge, as you see here. So that you can clean up. I sometimes just do with my fingernail. And I'm not trying to make it perfect, or if you like, and I have one with me, I'd recommend that you use one as well if you need so. It helps out the X-Acto knife or hobby knife, and you can just sort of, as you see, that just kind of slice that little extra piece off, and you can tidy it up as much as you need to, right? At the end of the day, you know, it's not going to be perfect, right? But overall, quality-wise, it's fantastic. Just something to be aware of. You know, you will, you know, depending on how quick you are, pace-wise, you will find yourself, you know, maybe getting a few of those little hanging chads, right? Little hanging chads here and there. To coin a term from back in the 2000 election. Okay, so. And as you see right there, I'm just sort of, you can clean up that little piece there, the little corner bit that didn't want to necessarily come off. There we go. And yeah, so that's one thing I noticed. Just, you know, take your time, be careful. I've made a few boo-boos, and I want to share those because at the end of the day, the boo-boos, if I'm making the boo-boos, you can learn from my mistakes. Okay, so glue. I am using... Well, I was using some different types of glue, right? Well, it was all super glue, right? But what I originally started using was this Gorilla. Sorry, wrong camera. Oh, you know what? Let's go back. Let's go back to, oh, geez Louise. Let's go back to that zoom. So this is the Gorilla Glue I originally started using. This was a clear, and I found this completely terrible for the job and task at hand. I use this pretty much for the number of the first pieces I've created, and it caused me a lot of headache and a lot of churn. So save yourself some time, and I would recommend using a gel type super glue. The gels I have found to be incredibly much more controlling, much more faster drying, much faster drying. And I'll tell you what, if you really have a choice, so far I'm using this Loctite super glue, and it has these sort of push-in, not buttons, but the control here is really nice. You can sort of keep the flow of the glue from oversaturating, and just give it as a little or as much as you need. So if you have this in your area, I recommend it. If not, any sort of super glue gel type will do. So reason I'm saying all that is because, let me see if I can find the one piece that's sort of all right. So this is a tomb, right? So this tomb, I originally, and you can see right here, this piece I glued on top. I had it centered, right? I had it centered. I was using the clear glue, the clear super glue, and I'm not sure what happened overnight. I think it just sort of, and I had it laying, flat, but I don't know if it just sort of was too much and it just, it continued to, slide. But at the end of the day, it doesn't look terrible. It looks like it'll still, it's still a good looking piece, but my OCD does notice it, and I would prefer it to be completely straight. But learn from my mistake. Use the gel glue. Use the gel super glue if that is something you can get. So that was one thing that I was it was just a little issue. And then the other I noticed because the glue was pretty terrible that I was using. When I say terrible, like the drying time was taking forever. So this weapons rack, let me tell you, I fiddled with this for a bit. That glue, it would just not, I was holding these weapons in place for a while. They kept falling off. I was getting frustrated. I switched over today. I started filming yesterday to the gel, and it is 100% times better than this. The actual rack itself was not. It wasn't very stable using the other glue, so it was taking a long time to dry. In fact, it still wasn't really dry when I went to bed. So, yeah. So again, glue. Get a good glue. Get gel glue if you have it. All right. Yeah. So let's sort of give an idea of the different pieces you're gonna have here. So everything so far is awesome. Like I've really had fun putting together what I've been, putting together so far. So like you've got these, obviously you have the chests, right? This is a chest that, super easy to put together. And in fact, we'll probably put some together here while we're filming, so you can sort of see that process. This is one of my favorite pieces. This little table. And I don't know if you see that, but how cool is this? This little hook here will hook into a wall. But on top of the table, like you can almost read the text in the little book that I have affixed to it. And there's so many great little touches like that that really sort of make this terrain and this these little pieces really sort of pop and come to life, right? So this is, I think, supposed to be a little map, so I just kind of affixed it to the side. Late night studying over maybe the dungeon, studying some sort of lost treasure. No, it's cool. And then you've got the wax from the candle. It's a neat piece. That's been really fun, seeing things like that. You have these little barricades, which will come into play while you're playing the game, and these are cool because they're sort of multi, they're three-dimensional, right? But there's just a lot going on. You have little different sort of weapon hanging here. On the front side, someone has placed a sword or shield. I'm sorry, sword or spear there. Just a lot of neat little things going on. It took me a second to figure out how to set that up, but I think I ended up looking up an image for this particular piece because I don't know if it's me or maybe I just didn't look far enough. I didn't see. I mean, there's examples of all the terrain in the books, but there's not an actual like how to put together. Most of it's self-sufficient, and then battle systems themselves have set up a a number of videos they've shot where they're showing you how to build these. So don't fret. You will be able to find anything you need to put these together. This is a really cool piece. I had fun putting this together. Look how like great and detailed this nice little, you know, what is it supposed to be? Sorry, I apologize. I need to pull the this is what they're calling the crucible. And I think it's supposedly some sort of magical elixir. I don't know. You could make it whatever. It's acid or, well, hopefully not acid. You want to, you know, but yeah, so it's got this, and this wasn't too bad to put together. For the most part, it was also very, you know, you sort of put this, you have this outer frame here, and then this inner circle here. The part, as I'm going to show you, like this accordion like piece, as they're sort of notched, you'll set inside the circle, and then you'll sort of push down on it. Make sure you're on a stable surface. I'm using this little this hobby mat here, and this sort of has helped me, you know, well, for glue and everything else, from the glue and the, you know, stable you know, area. I use this, you know, at times when I'm painting and other things, right? So this is just for hobbying, and you could, I'm sure you have something like this at a craft store near you, or definitely you can get one online. But yeah, but overall, like, love this piece. It's, you know, it's definitely one that I think is going to be a, you know, sort of a one that catches your eye as you're setting up your terrain. So all right, and then yeah, so I think I showed you, oh yeah, so here's a crate. I think I showed you the chest. The crates are cool, real easy to put together. Again, these are very much like the chests. This little piece right here will snap into place, and it won't come off, right? So it's on there, it's affixed, and then you can put your tokens in here for whatever you're setting up your quests and your missions. So yeah, and that's just sort of a, you know, again, just, oh yeah, you have these I guess mechanical cogs with these, you know, like this lever here. Yeah, super easy to put together. And I'm sure these are gonna, you know, sort of, again, these can also snap into the walls with these little hooks on the sides. And then I can see this being something that opens up doors or opens up traps. But yeah, really cool. So, oh, you know, and you see that little piece right there pops out. That actually will come out right there. I missed that. Now you don't have to miss it, and it looks a lot better, right? Because now the actual like rope on the pulley it's showing up them. Oh, you know what? Look at this. See, we're seeing things just as we're going along. Yes, now it is sort of coming alive. Look at that. These extra, yeah. So make sure you pop out these extra little pieces here, and those are just trash. You're not going to keep those. But yeah, now we can see right through our cog, our wheel here. Yeah, how cool, right? So yeah, overall so good. So far so good. Yeah, well, I think, you know, while I have you, let's maybe put some pieces together, sort of give you an idea of, you know, what you're gonna, you know, get into once you start opening up your game. Hopefully you are gonna open up your game and get into all this goodness. I plan to have all this terrain put together so I can get a game going on pretty soon. So yeah, I'm gonna show you how to put this chest together. It's fairly simple. It's not too bad, and I'm not actually, yeah, let's jump out to the main view right there. Okay, so all right, and yeah, all the stuff punches out very easy, as I said. Just take your time with it. You will find those little sort of, and I'm fumbling here, but you'll find those little pieces that sort of you know, just take a little bit slower as you're putting them together, and then you'll notice that it's not a big issue at all, and there might be a little bit of cleanup, but that's okay. So all right, let's get our other, and then you can tell how these all slot together, as I wasn't even on the camera there. As you can see, you know, you're just going to sort of follow through. You know what? Let's go back. Sorry. I'm like, hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? Let's go back. I think it's actually a better camera. Better shot. So you'll be able to tell, you know, as you can see, the inner interior of this chest, of this, you know, it all matches up. So you'll find a few pieces like that, and it's easy to put those together. So again, once you put the 4 sides together, that's what you're looking for right there. The cool thing is there's a lot of variety. Like, so this is one treasure chest, right? So this is another. So, sort of distinctive, different, right? But they're both going to be the same pretty much design. Just, sort of, variety wise, they give you a little bit of variety. They're giving a difference in how they're designed, and sort of like this one has different runes and symbols on it, and this just looks like your standard treasure chest, right? So, all right. So once you have this little piece, and then the other thing is, you can sort of just flap this down a little bit. Now there's an inner part. Well, let's do this first. So that reminds me, I made another boo-boo, right? And where is the other boo-boo? The other boo-boo was this particular treasure chest right here. Oh, and this one doesn't want to pop open. Originally, this piece right here, I had accidentally put under here. And so my sort of wanting to be everything to look perfect, I ended up pulling this piece out from the bottom before, but it was already pretty tightly glued. And so if you can see what happened, as I pulled this bottom piece out, because this one was originally on the top of the chest, you can see it sort of tore the art off of the cardboard. But overall, it still maintains its its shape and what it is. Just be careful. Just take your time. Dry fit things as you need, and then you glue in the little treasure chest in the bottom there, or the treasure in the bottom. So anyway, just figured I'd give you that little tip there. All right, so let's grab our glue. All right, we're going to use this Loctite super glue gel. I really like it. I would definitely recommend it if you have it. All right, so now the piece that we're going to put in the bottom, actually, let's do this first. Let's do these. So in order to keep the treasure chest closed, you're going to affix, if I can say that correctly, affix this portion and sort of just square it so that once you close it, it makes it seal in the treasure chest. Like right now, I've got no glue in it, but you'll see what I mean. As I drop it, you won't see that. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and put a little bit of glue on here. There we go. And you see, yeah, you see, like, it's very controlled. Let me see if I can get a little bit of, yeah. I can put as much as I want on there. And I'm just kind of barely squeezing. That was a little bit more than I wanted, but it's still gonna do the job. So where did I now? Okay, treasure chest. All right. So now I'm gonna take this. I'm just gonna sort of line it up and make a mess because I put too much glue on it. And I'm gonna slide it up. So now, and I'm just gonna try and square it. And I'm gonna need right now. I'm probably gonna need to wait for this glue to dry before. So I can. Well, let's see if I can slide it over a little bit before it gets too. And as you can see, that glue is drying really quick. So, okay, so that will work. I basically dry fit it. I see if it will hold, which it does. I'm sorry, which it does. And then I'm going to pop it open again so that it can dry without basically drying to the chest and keeping it stuck in place. So next part is we want to take the bottom of the chest. This is going to be the inside of the chest, and this will be the exterior of the bottom of the chest resting on the ground. All I'm going to do is I'm going to take I'm going to just go around the inside corners of the chest using a little bit of glue. And then sometimes I'll just sort of, as you see this, I just kind of like, I'll squirt a little bit and then I'll use the nozzle and just wipe it back and forth, giving it sort of the full coverage. And again, you don't need a whole lot. I'm probably using more than I actually need to be using. All right, so once I've got that in there, I'm going to go ahead and take the bottom piece here, and then I'm just going to sort of slide it in. You can see that. I'm going to slide it in, slide it down, and hopefully into place. And it should, yep, did you hear that? So it's sort of snapped, and then we can make sure it's flush. See that? nice and flush. So now we'll leave that, right? And the other part of this is now that we could also drop our treasure chest in. So, or I'm sorry, treasure. We can drop our treasure in there, which is a little bit of variety in there. Double-sided, but same thing. Dab a little glue on whichever side you're going to put in. I think there's sort of a more square flushed area, because this has like sort of the beveled area on top. So you'll see the difference. Yeah, let's mix that around. And then we'll dump that to our chest. Oh, and we'll dump it terribly into the chest. And as you see, you know, you make those little wonky mistakes, but we'll get it back in there. Maybe we'll get it back in there. Maybe. And someone's yelling at me, telling me like how much of a, oh no, good Lord. See, but this is good. I want you to see like what can happen if you're not really paying full attention. So let's get that back in there again. And try and, okay, we'll try and go from the outside. There we go. All right, so now that is in. We're gonna let that sit. And for the most part, yeah, that's done. This top part will dry. That'll dry on the bottom. It'll stay there. And then, yeah, so there's one treasure chest, right? How easy was that? Too easy. Okay. Well, what else do we have here? Let's do a we have crates. I mean, that's very similar to the chest. Let's see what else we can get into. All right, you know what? We have the fountain. We can do that while you are here with me. The fountain is going to be very much like how we did the, as I've already forgotten what this piece is called. This is the crucible. Jeez, remember that. So we're going to do the fountain. I'm sorry, this is not a fountain, but a well. So we're going to do the well. So the first thing I'm going to do, and you'll be able to tell which side. So like this is the more rounded, like up top, it just feels like it's more rounded. This feels like it's the more flat side. And all I'm going to do is just sort of look to see where it sort of fits, and it fits kind of perfectly there. I'll just add a little bit of glue. A little bit of glue, go all the way around, all the way around. And again, not a whole lot, right? It's just enough to get it stuck on, right? And this, I'll tell you what, the glue I'm using, this stuff is like, I mean, it's super fast. It's drying super fast. And what you want to do right now is you're really trying to line it up. Let me see if I can get in the shot here, so that it is flush and that there's no sort of one side is overhanging the other. So that looks pretty good, actually. That's pretty good. All right. All right, so that's in. Now, the next part will be taking the well here. And as you can see, it has these sort of perforated edges. You just sort of, don't over zealously, like, you know, pull them down. Just sort of, you know, lightly bend them in. And you'll see that, yeah, it's working pretty good. So now you sort of get it nice and rounded. And then what you want to do is you want to put the well right here in the center of your opening. And you're just going to, you know, kind of slide. There you go. And then it should fit really snug, right? So that's very snug. It's in there. Now, I was just dry fitting it just to show you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back and add some glue to the inner, to this inner ring, right? So we're just going to put a little bit of glue, and you can use whatever applicator you need. So whether you're using the nozzle, you could put some glue on a toothpick, whatever's going to make it easy. I mean, you can put it on your finger if you want. If you don't care about sticky fingers, I don't like sticky fingers. Yeah, so however method you're going to choose to use. So, all right, so that glue is in or on, and now we're gonna push this in around. Go, and then this little gap here, I'm gonna go ahead and put a little bit of super glue in there, or just, you know, just on the the connection there. So, which is probably not even, I don't even know if I need, yeah. So I just kind of just rub it up and down. And then you'll see here that, yeah, it's there. There's gonna be a little bit of give, like you can try and play around with it. So like you'll see here, like there's a little bit of a gap. Let me see if you can see it. A little bit of a gap here, but you can just sort of, you can twist this, or you can push out on the, oops, don't push too hard, but you can push back out on the well walls, so that you're getting nice adhesion to the sides there. Let me go back to the where we added our glue. It doesn't have to be perfect, right? So like, I mean, overall, like that's a solid piece right now. Okay, so now we need to add our water. So it is double-sided, same thing. And then this looks like leaves and things floating in, which is cool. We're going to go ahead and add a little water, add a little glue around the sides. Just like that. Just like that. And I'll just kind of spread it around with the nozzle. Okay. Did that. Then we'll take our water, just dump it down the middle. We're gonna see if we can. That's the one thing I didn't dry fit. Oh man, might have made a mistake here. Now we can just go from the bottom, maybe. Nope, we're gonna have to go through the top. So, okay. Oh, there we go. Yep. I'm just gonna push down. Yeah, yeah, that stuff's working great. Look at that. Perfect. Perfect. And look at that. That looks so good. Like, that's a cool little terrain piece, man. You know? So that's the well. Is there anything that goes with it though? I can't remember. I don't remember. Well, that's our well for right now. So we'll set that over here. What else can we put together? I think we have, what is this is the alchemist desk, I think. This is supposed to be the alchemist desk. Now, I haven't even looked to see how this thing is put together, but I bet we can figure it out together. So that looks like an outside. That looks like an outside. We have this piece. I'm not sure if that sort of fits here. We have these there. Let me get these pieces. These go with this over here, I think. You know, and that's where we start to feel like now we need to find some instructions. But let's see if we can get this bad boy together without instructions, because that is what men do. That's really what anyone does. So that will slide here. Trying to see what that is. Do you see that? Like, it's almost like, okay. Oh, there's like chains, maybe? I don't know. I'm not exactly sure. So anyway, we'll go ahead and put this on, and then we get our other corner here, our other piece. Making sure we're sort of, I think we're gonna use this one. I'm off the camera too. That's where I need someone to, like, you know, be in here telling me to, like, hey, move the stuff back to camera. You're hyper focusing, you know. All right, here we go. So slide that on, right, just like that. Okay, so all right, now I can kind of get an idea of how this is gonna go. So let me get some of these other pieces so I don't get confused. All right, so this is gonna go on the inside, because this is gonna be sort of like pulling off the top. I think, yeah, so this is both sort of double-sided, but remember you have that sort of more rounded area. The more rounded area should be, oh, you know what? I'm a goof. Yeah, so, yeah, this is actually, if I'm not mistaken. So this, I think, would be on the inside, like that, I think. And then this would be, it would sit on top. Okay, well, yeah, I think that's how that's going to work. Because if I'm not mistaken, this will sort of, you should be able to take this off. Okay, okay, okay. All right, that makes sense now. All right. So this is going to go in the bottom. So let's go ahead and put some glue inside our alchemist desk. I wonder if they sell alchemist desks at IKEA, right? I mean, IKEA sells a lot of stuff, but like, you know, specifically for alchemists, you don't know. Okay. So that glue in there. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this piece in. Boop, 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 boop. Yep. And look how nice and easy and simple that goes. It is there. It's in. Ready to go. And then we're going to get ready to put this on. So this is the part. Okay, so which is the more, okay, this should be the, yeah, this is the top. Okay. And then we're going to put this piece sort of centered, but we need to center. We're just going to sort of eyeball this, right? I'm going to try and eyeball this at least. So, all right. I'm going to put some glue here. Yep, nothing crazy. Spread it around. All right, and let's see if we can focus in on this. And I'm hopefully doing this correctly. It doesn't look too bad. Just want about the same. Want the same width and length on all sides as much as possible. You can, you know, just sort of eyeball it if you can. You tell me. That's pretty good for, you know, just a for some old eyes here. Okay, we'll let that sit for a second. Now some of the pieces that go with the alchemist table are all these little bits here. I don't know if you can see these. And I don't know if these are sort of like runes, like almost like, I don't want to say spell books, but they look cool, right? You know, like it's so much. There's so many little details. Like look how. Oh, sorry. Ooh, can I get back up? See if I can get in. Look how intricate that is. And that's so neat, right? That is really the quality of what I'm seeing with this terrain and all the different little features, all the little touches, you know, sort of that you know, bring it alive. Looks like here's your book. It's the Book of the Dead. But yeah, so like you could set this up. See how I'm sort of bending. Oh, let me it. You can see there's text on there. But you can set this on the, in fact, I kind of like it, have it open, like, you know, a page, you know, getting ready to, you know, do some sort of enchantment. Okay. So as you can see, yeah, that's not moving. Like that glue, I mean, that glue is really good. It dries quickly. So now, oh, and then my piece is actually, all right. Okay, we got that off. Okay. Oh, and see the boo-boo? So I put too much glue, right? And now the bottom, and you're not gonna ever see that, right? But the bottom stuck to my hobby doodad here. So yeah, so just be careful. Don't use too much glue, or be sparing, right? So this piece here should slide in just like that. Ooh, look at that, huh? Fancy, right? And then there you go. And now we can add our little doodads ourselves, right? We can add all the little things. So where would our alchemist be facing is the question. So would he be on this side? I feel like he'd be on this side. there's a big crack here. He doesn't get his hand stuck in there or something else. God knows. So we're gonna go ahead and start putting on some of these little pieces here. We'll just grab a little dab of super glue. Put that on there. And just, oh gosh, on my table. All right. Dang it. All right, so we're gonna put, nope, and now fingers are getting sticky. Oh, no one wants sticky fingers. So we could just put that here, right? We could grab another one. This one's cool looking. I don't know if these are supposed to be sort of like tablets or some sort of runes, but it's cool. And then like you could like sort of do like a, have them sort of stacked one on top of the other, right? Like something like that. Right, that's kind of cool. Or maybe change like that. And then we could put this red one. Actually, I think that's what we'll do. I like having this red one really sort of, I like the triangle there that it has. I don't know if you see that, we'll put that, so we'll put this maybe like the corner. Yeah, we'll do this on like the corner right there. I like that. And then this is like some sort of like sort of amulet, or this could be, who knows what this thing is, right? There, some sort of artifact of sorts. But what if we, maybe we put this sort of in the middle? Oh yeah, I got an idea. So we put this sort of in the center, right? Put that on here. Oops. I think I got some glue under there. Maybe. Yep. All right, so right there. And then we'll take our book and see if we can, yeah, just like that. Do you see that? That is so cool. Like, you're like, I want to read this thing. What is that page actually saying? I mean, it'd be all kinds of maliciousness in there, right? So we'll take that, and I kind of, if we had it sort of like that, yeah, isn't that cool? Like you've sort of got the book propped up and ready to, like someone's like in the right in the middle of reading, sort of pulling out their the power words that need to be spoken in order to enable the artifact here to glow. Or not enough glue on the side, so we're gonna have to glue that back again. But yeah, do you see how cool this is? This is like a, yeah, this is fun. Now that might come off depending on how much super glue, like if you knocked it too hard, that so you'll have to decide on what works for you. I think we have one more. Oh, we actually have a few things. So here's another tablet. So we'll put this one on there. Maybe we put this one. Yeah, I think we just sort of bunch a few of them together, like all, like they've been rummaged through, or there's been a lot of he's, whoever's working the table here is sort of like, just stacking things up as they need them, as we all do, right? We just stack things up. So I don't know. I don't know if I like it. I mean, it's cool. I actually, you know what? I think it'll work. I think it'll work. I could probably, yeah, that works for me. It's your terrain. You do anything you want with it, right? This is your oyster, right? And this is another book that I think we could just sort of have laying either flat like that, or we could do, yeah, I think we just sort of lay it. Oh, and I made a boo-boo just now. So that's the thing. Like, be careful with these. These will split very easily. So just take your time as you learn that I am not one to take my time at times. But we are going to place that right here on the desk. Maybe we're going to place that on the desk. Just like that. Does that seem okay? I don't know if I like that, but, we're going with it, right? That's just sort of what we're doing. If I can get it to stick. There we go. We could have it sort of hanging off the desk a little bit like that. There we go. Just brings a little character to it, right? So there you go. There's that's all right. It'll dry. We'll give it a little more glue if we need to. There's the alchemist desk, right? So that is one other piece of terrain we've put together. So far, so good. Yeah, tell me what you think. This is you know, I wasn't going to do a full, you know, every piece, but just to give you an idea, this is, you know, all the little, you know, bits and pieces that you're going to get here. Oh, check out this sword. Sorry. You know, this sword right here, we could, you know what if we put the sword here on the desk? Like, that'd be kind of cool just to have it sort of going across, right? Anyway, as you can see, there's so many little bits that you get to play with this terrain, and, you know, there's so much, right? It's going to bring this game really to life. I'll probably do, you know, like one for the walls. So maybe another video, we'll do walls. But yeah, this is just sort of giving you an idea of all the different little terrain pieces that you have at your disposal. And honestly, for the most part, you know, not that hard to put together. There's some fiddly bits, as I was saying, but the fiddly bits can be less fiddly, you know, depending on your sort of the glue you're using, how comfortable you are putting things together in general. Again, even if you just mess around with a few pieces starting out, take your time, look at some tutorials. I will link the battle systems tutorial for this set. This is the set that comes obviously in the core box for Maladum. And so I think if you need to reference anything, that'd be a good reference. As you see, like, I mean, it's possible I put something wrong on there, but it's my terrain. Who cares? It's not, it looks great. I think, honestly, I don't think I did, but yeah, don't stress out about it. You'll get it together. You know, it might take you, depending on how much time you have, it could take you a day. It could take you a couple hours, right? But you'll have to figure out, you know, that on your own. So, but yeah, like, so many different cool pieces here. What a great set. What a great, you know, this is really going to sort of just bring this game together, bring it to life. And yeah, well, I know that was a lot. Rambled quite a bit. But that is sort of what I do. Anyway, thanks again for stopping at 2-Handed Board Gaming. This has been a terrain tutorial / sort of tips for the game, the terrain that comes, the battle systems terrain that comes with Maladum. And so, you know, this is I'm super excited to, you know, actually play the game. But yeah, like, you know, get the terrain put together, take your time, read the rules, you know, in no time you'll have some fantastic dungeon crawling going on. So, all right, enough said. But I'd like to hear from you. So if this is sort of the content that you like to see, or if you would like to see more of this or things like this, let me know in the comments section. Please like and subscribe if that's something you're inclined to do. I surely would appreciate it. And yeah, until next time, my name is David. This is 2-Handed Board Gaming, and this is 2-Handed Board Gaming. No, thank you again for stopping by. My name is David. This is 2-Handed Board Gaming, and I'll see you very soon. And I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day.